Hello, very good evening to everyone joining. Lunch game between Kandy Sports Club and the Havelock Sports Club here at Nittavara today. It will be interesting to see what game plans both these teams do here. Here is the defending champions Kandy hosting Havelock Sports Club. It's a tussle to be unbeaten in the tournament, and Sports Club coach.
Line out කෙලින් නැත්තම් තියන් ඉඳලා මම යනවා නම් යන්න. හොඳද? කම්බල ළඟදී කතා කරන්න මම එහා පැත්තේ කියලා. අර එක්ස්ට්‍රා මැදට අපි එන්න ඕනද පහේ ඉන්නද? මැදට එන්න. හැම එකමද? හැම එකම. මැදේවා පොඩ්ඩක් මැදේවා බහැලිට.
Namit Disanayaka, Milan Veerasinha, Dilna Bandara, Heshan Silva, and the big boost for Kandy is here. And that is going to be a big boost in the third row. There is a lot of experience in Shehan Patirana. We have the Singha Srinath Surya Bandara at the last line of defense for Kandy Sports Club. Here is Havelock Sports Club. Fazil Abdullah, Azmir Fajuddin and Janindu Fernando, the young front row. Then there is some experience in Umesh Madhushan and Ganindu Lakshan. Malisha Matas, Randita Varnapura and Ramesh Fernanda have put a lot of weight and experience. Chanaka Chandimal at fullback for Havelock Sports Club today. It's going to be an exciting encounter today. Mr. Prasanna Karunatilaka, President Sri Lanka Rugby. Mr. Mahesh Veerasinghe, President Kandy Sports Club. And Mr. We are all set for kickoff. Playing in the traditional white jerseys from right to left is Kandy Sports Club, and the pink and chocolate of Havelock Sports Club from left to right. Priyantha Gunaratne is all ready for kickoff. Here we go, Nigel Rathwate looks to his left, looks to his right and kicks off the all-important encounter. Lovely hanging kick. And goes into contact is the Havelock's player. They're looking for some forward play early on. This is where they will be tried and tested today. Puts the ball up in the air. Coming under it is two Kandy players. They are colliding with each other. Ruck form. Chaturanga taking the ball into contact. The first touch for Kandy, and it's a penalty straight away. Sailing off, says ref Trigunaratne. So early opportunity for Havelock Sports Club coming.
The early exchanges have been brilliant from Havelocks. They put in the bodies into contact and then won the penalty right on the opposition half, and this will be an important territory gain.
Sandesh Jayavikrama puts the ball into boot, into touch inside the 22 for Havelock Sports Club. It's going to be a fantastic game today. Of course, the Havelock Sports Club have got their first opportunity here on the 22-meter mark. This is where they will be tested. They are very strong in their rolling maul, Havelock Sports Club. Kandy have turned over. Veeraratne off to Rathwate from the 22, puts in a high hanging kick, flirting with the touchline, but taken back, says the referee, so it will come back for another line out for Havelock Sports Club. Big error by Kandy coming.
It's a very big error. Kandy surely would have loved possession, but then again Havelock doing really well in that line out area and forwards area.
Azmir Fajuddin, the experienced Havelock's player, setting up a maul. This is where Havelock is going to be dangerous. Fajuddin comes at the back to collect the ball.
Get back.
They'll keep on pushing. They'll keep on challenging. This Kandy's hands into
Get back, number 6.
At 8. As Havelock players rejoin the maul. Here's Umesh Madhushan now with the ball in hand.
Okay.
Goes back once again.
Okay.
Opportunity here. Still moving
Release,
forward.
tackle, release.
Penalty against
Penalty.
Kandy Sports Club. Priyantha Gunaratna there was hell-bent on asking Kilina Bandara to release that player, which he never did. So a great opportunity here for Kandy, for Havelock Sports Club, and also joining me on commentaries, Mahesh Senanayaka. Good evening, Mahesh. How is it going?
Good evening. As we predicted from the kickoff, we have gone into 3 minutes, and the game is going to be a tough one. And this is what
For Havelock Sports Club, Sandesh Jayavikrama will take that. Talking to Sanath Martis pre-match, Kavint is very confident on Havelock Sports Club playing at Nittavela, and it shows from this team.
Yes, it does. The forwards and the Havis team with to go down there with the victory, and here's the 3 points for Havelock Sports Club.
Sandesh Jayavikrama sorting that nice and clean for Havis. So just 4 minutes on the clock, 3 points for the visitors up in Nittavela. They would like to get as much as possible going into that last 20. That's where Kandy Sports Club comes back in most. Is Nigel Rathwate once again. Now we'll have to see if he goes into that same right-hand corner pocket. Gave a lot of airtime. He does so. This time there is a lot of the ball to boot once again. Driving Kandy back. Buddhima Piyaratna fumbles but sends back. Here's an opportunity for Piyaratna. As Pereira, coming to Pereira, kicking it from the inside 22. And that goes into touch to the famous Mango Tree crowd here, who will be very vocal today throughout.
Yes, they'll be very vocal. That's that was inside the 22, but
play goes off. Havelocks have taken a quick throw, and luckily for Kandy, caught the defense snapping there. Mahesh, quick throw taken. Good match awareness by Havelock Sports Club, trying to mix and match with pace here. You saw how they are very good with their forward play, and now trying to take a quick line out and put Kandy on the back foot straight away.
Dinuk, as far as I can see, that what Havelock is deploying as a strategy today is to run fast and take the control of the game, whereas Kandy is still unsettled, even though they have a heavy forwards. What I see is that Havelock psyche is that to run, indulge in running rugby, so that they can tire the Kandy boys. Let's see. It's too early to predict, but what I feel is that they want to be really mobile, mobiler than the opposition.
Yeah, we know that Kandy sometimes takes a little time to settle, and Havelock's trying to gain as much as they possibly can. Here is Roshan Veeraratna. This time gives it to Tarinder Rathwate. Rathwate kicks it straight into the hands of Ramesh Fernando. Equally met by Kavindu Pereira. And Kandy are trying to manage ball, turnover ball here. Vimukti Rahul off to Fajudin. Pereira, Sandesh Jayavikrama to the skipper, Dilaka. A lovely backhand pass there by Lasindu Karnatilaka, and going into contact is the Havelock centre. The ball comes out once again. The big prop for Faiz Abdullah making ground. Ball comes out again to the short side, but there is not much support for Havelock's. Good ball play, keeping it alive. Rahul once again. Again another accidental obstruction. The second time they have done that here while having momentum.
yes, Havelocks have played these early exchanges really well, and their only mistake was that they haven't combined those passes rightly, and but there were some extravagant passes there as well.
Well, we said this scrum up. Also want to remind Pereira, who was very beloved commentator of ours. First time that I am on after his demise, a legend of the sport. Rest in peace, legend Chandrishan Pereira, as Roshan Veeraratne once again gives it to Ratwate. Ratwate can't kick this out on the full. Taken back by Ramesh Fernando.
Get back!
Given it a good thump there by Chanaka Chandimal. Yes, Srinath Suryabandara playing at fullback today.
Offside, 3/4.
And straight away offside call there by Priyantha
What offside?
Gunaratne. Gives the first opportunity for Kandy.
24-13.
Well, I think Kandy needs to take the control of the game. Dinuk, we are into 8 minutes. 3 points are scored by Havelocks. Be the table toppers at the end of the first round, because that will give them the comfort of meeting an underdog in the second round.
Yeah, everything for play for in this Nippon Paint Sri Lanka Rugby League, of course. We are 9 minutes into the clock, just outside the 22. The attack of the Kandy forwards will be tested. You can see in that number 7 position today, Shehan Lema Patirana has played for Havelocks before, has a big 7 for Kandy Sports Club. Has come back into the side to a penalty again. This time Havelock showing, Kandy Sports Club showing that they're good in driving maul as well. It's going to be a good contest.
Yes, that's the first time Shehan Lema Patirana went up as well. Certainly the experience of Shehan Patirana showing that the Kandy have failed to do this in the previous games as well. So that experience from Shehan Lema Patirana showing very clearly.
Like a lot of us, he could be rusty, but he doesn't seem to. Most of us are in a rugby ground, especially I am in a rugby ground after 2 years meeting with the deadly ground. As Damit is ready to throw into the line out. Going up this time is Shantilina Bandara rather. And Kandy pushing back, opportunity here now. Damit having control of the ball as Malisha Madhumevan comes in and gets Damit at the back. Here is Veeraratne off to Nigel Ratwate. Nigel gives it to Lavanga. A switch goes back.
Get back!
Now Tari. Putting Surya Bandara in space. Srinath Surya Bandara releasing and going back. Good skill shown by the former 7-star. Opportunity here. Buddhima Veeraratne wants to make the offload, the correct call, but just too much power in that pass goes over Kamindu Pereira.
Well, this is a common mistake, but it costs a lot, Dinuk. I've seen this amongst many 3/4 that enforce in the past too heavy. If you look at this, he's down, nicely placed, ball is freely available, free in the market, but look at that one. It was quite unnecessary. I feel as normal pop pass would have brought Kandy 5 points, would have been the first try for them.
Yeah, looked like Kamindu Pereira was expecting that pass previously, which Buddhima Veeraratne caught. Opportunity now for Havelocks to get out of jail in their own half. And they're trying to run from their own half. This is deadly. And they're equally met.
Hands up!
So that is going to be a 5-meter scrum. A bit of pushing and shoving. Shows a lot of character, what these two teams are here to play for. And that's going to spark up the crowd.
Well, Dinuk, in the red zone, there are a lot of interpretations of the game. And I've seen this incident in many occasions previously. I was the match commissioner for Havelocks versus Police. And there was a similar incident of this nature. At that time, there was a drop for Police, or rather for Havelocks. But in this case, now they're throwing in going for Kandy, because it was Havelocks who brought into the inside and they got stuck in goal, not outside in goal. So this is an interpretation, pretty interesting, and I see a lot of maturity from the match official as well. Priyantha Gunaratne, having had 22 years of experience in blowing A-division games, he shows a lot of maturity in this game.
This scrum, Jason Disanayaka refuses to pick the ball as Nigel ducks but gets a high shot. Referee going in for a penalty advantage. Yes, Tappe, Heshan Kalhar. Kandy trying to use their forwards around the fringes here. Lasita Attanagoda going into contact. The big prop forward. Again another penalty coming up.
2 penalties.
Roshan is trying to take that tap quickly.
Yes. 2 penalties.
Coming suddenly, you see the reversal of pressure with the crowd. Kandy in their opposition red zone.
Yes, as soon as Kandy came into the red zone of Havis, they haven't been going back. There has been no going back. And 3 penalties on the trot and 1 very accidental push down. The referee will surely have an eye on that as well. And Kandy, they are not going for 3 points, but they are going to the corner, and that shows that Kandy are here to win.
You know, this is a recipe for criticism of the match official in these cases, because if you look at, he brought back the game because of the previous advantage, but the Kandy held the ball for about good a minute or 2, but referee decreed that what was due was the advantage play, which is really good rugby, because this will minimize the opposition committing more crimes, especially with regards to advantage, because when the boys are scared of advantage, they will commit less crimes on the pitch.
Yes, of course, Priyanta will have an eye on Havelock's defense this time, and like Kavin said, Kandy have gone into the corner, shows a lot of confidence. Here is Pathinana once again getting the ball back. Havelock's trying to sack the player down, but looked like Shehan had not come down as yet. So here's another penalty against Havelock Sports Club. Number 6 is Malisha Madhumevan, who made that error.
There again, the penalty advantage was made, and the first warning of the game was issued to Havelock Sports Club as well. The line out has been an issue, but the inclusion of Shehan Pathinana has changed it really drastically. Kandy are going for that rolling ball early on the game.
Just imagine the psyche of the players at this moment, Kandy is barging in, making all their force to cross the line, but Havelocks are valiantly defending their line. What I feel is the team who will make use of advantage play, or in other words, the team who will not give away any penalties or any infringement.
Going to the back of the line out, looking to a back peel here, as Roshan trying to show and go. Here is an opportunity now, trying to use their forwards from the rucks. Pick and goes here for Kandy Sports Club. Heshan Silva taking the ball into contact. Roshan Veeraratne spots some space on the outside. Tries an inside pass to come into Pereira is Nigel. There is no way through that. Here's Roshan Veeraratne once again looking to the forward pod onto his near right. Going into contact is Kandy Sports Club once again, very close to their line. Nigel puts the chip behind, an opportunity taken in the air. It's a knock forward as well, but that's good contest from the Havelock's wing there. Randita Varnapura giving no inch quarter there. Finally, they managed to get the ball in their favor.
Well, that's a demonstration of rugby at the highest level, Dinuk. You hardly see these kind of rugby. I mean, you need to have a lot of confidence to kick when you're just near the line, and to have confidence of your teammates. Look at that. He was right on time, but he slipped it. It cost 5 points to Kandy.
22 in goal dropout rather. A lot of new rules have come in the last 2 years. As Kandy once again trying to pin Havelocks in their own 22. A lovely kick there. No counter-attack measures. Tarinder Ratwata knows how important that is. Puts just a little smile. Bounces into touch.
A good 50-22 by Tarinder Ratwata, and the experience showing there as well. Roshan Veeraratne has been brilliant in the fringes for Kandy, and the forwards have really matched up. Lasita Attanagoda and Milan Veerasinghe, especially Milan Veerasinghe. Milan Veerasinghe has been really good so far.
We're interested to see where exactly Tari kicked that ball from. If it was a 50-22, as Kandy have managed to regain position. He has an opportunity now. Ratwata giving in the short ball. Havelocks have done their defense in all backline play for Kandy Sports Club.
look at that ruck. It's a unique situation where the players are not engaging from Havelocks. So it's not a ruck actually.
Yes, Damit Attanagoda goes into contact.
Look at that. Havelocks is withdrawing from the ruck. So it's not a ruck there. It's just a breakdown.
Roshan Veeratne off to Nigel Ratwatte. Here is Lavanga looking for contact. Nigel looking for space. Nigel beats one. Looks on the outside. There is no one on the outside. Here is Roshan still going to the short side to Tilina Bandara, but he just throws that pass away into touch. Couple of times it has happened, Mahesh, now.
I think this happened twice on either side. Win three quarters were not able to have the ball in their hand, or rather I feel that in the short distance the pass was too much enforcing, too much compelling. A respite on the grounds. I think player 17, number 17, having a problem. His medics are having a chat. Okay, ensuring that he can continue the game. Then it's quite interesting to see that at the breakdowns that Havelocks are not engaging. This is leading to some controversy, because for outsiders, for fans, it might be seen as a ruck, but there is no ruck actually.
Yeah, that gives an opportunity if Havelocks want to come in, but that also depends if the tackler rolls away and there is no extra player coming into the ruck. That will open up something like the Italy-England game a few years back.
Yes.
But that also gives that extra man in defense. They know that they're not going to compete in that ruck, so they're not going to put that extra man in that ruck. Gives that extra man in defense. Clearly they have done their homework. Ganindu Lakshan, that player that was assisted by the medical staff on the ground.
And it's a clear indication that Havelocks are not engaging in rucks. It's a clear indication that they are more concerned about the defense, and they are more concerned about having a great wall kind defense, especially not allowing Kandy three quarters to penetrate their line, or not allowing them to gain the territory.
And surely looks like Sanat Madis, coach Sanat Madis have drawn the defense boards right. That lovely offload from Tarindra Ratwatte that came as a wraparound was well marked. That shows that there is some work being done on the Kandy backs.
Yeah, Kavint, if you see how Kandy play, they have this two playmaker system. Actually, there is three today on the park with Surya Bandara at 15. Free kick for Havelock Sports Club. Just talking on that point, Kavint, Kandy play normally close quarters to these two playmakers. Nigel, Tari or Suri comes in late, but they have three playmakers. And they're properly marked, and they're very sure that they're not going to the ball carrier, but also has an eye on the outside. So another lovely kick this time, but it will be a Kandy throw-in because it was a free kick. Sandesh Jayavikram has grown leaps and bounds after that St. Peter's season.
And I think that he is carrying a lot of weight, being a youngster. He's carrying a lot of weight in this game. If you look at, he has been holding the brunt of responsibilities, being the standoff in this game, because the Havelocks game is centered around him, around the standoff, with territorial gains and tactical gains, because their play make is happening between 9 to 12. If you really look at it.
Damit Disanaike once again, this time goes to Jason Disanaike. And at the back they are holding up very well this time, Kandy Sports Club. Another infringement there by this time Ashfir Fajuddin. Referee calls for an advantage. Yes, Nigel Ratwatte to Lavanga Pereira. Kavindu Pereira on the outside. Looks for the ball inside to Srinath Surya Bandara. Tarinda Ratwatte picks and drives, takes no time in the ruck. As Roshan Veeraratne looks for options. Big fend off coming there from Tilina Bandara. Well, I think he has wrapped that ball around with his own jersey. Roshan will have to make some extra effort to take that out.
Referee calls for an infringement. I think it's a deliberate attempt to collapse the maul, which Havelocks have done a couple of times. And it's a stern warning, it seems. So he hands over another penalty to Havelocks. Sorry, the department, it's Kandy. And Dinuk, I think the Kandy's forwards have to be a bit fitter enough, I feel, because most of the three quarters on the far side are in isolation. If you compare to the running forwards of Havelocks, in a couple of occasions that the Kandy's number 2 and number 13 or 14 were isolated on either side. So if Kandy's forward, so third row starts running, little better than this, I'm sure that they will be able to again acquire a bit.
That's right, as the ball has been kicked into touch. Kavind, big news for Havelock. Sumesha Madhushan has been taken out. We saw him not very comfortable lying on the ground, the number 4. And he's been nursed on the sideline. Dinusha Aryapala with his braids on. Nigel Ratwate, the skipper. Yes, Damit this time goes into Tilna Bandara once again. Bandara looked at the options of going by himself. Damit Disanayaka goes into contact, goes into grounds, trying to set this up. Here is Heshan Kalhar, known as Tappe, up in Kandy. Tarindu Chaturanga making a welcome comeback. Jason Disanayaka, the number 8, going forward. Opportunity here for Rahula, and he was right on top of that, Vimukti Rahula. And he gets the turnover for Havelocks.
Good defense from Vimukti Rahula. He was right on that ball, as you correctly said, Dinu. And winning at penalty inside the 22 meters is huge at this moment, because Kandy, since they have come back, haven't gone back to the red zone yet, their own red zone yet.
That's right. It was early exchanges. Mahesh, Havelocks were pinned in the Kandy half, tried to put a lot of pressure. But from there on, Havelocks have done really well not to concede any points in their own half. Kandy attacking wave after wave.
Well, that's why I told you that their non-engagement with the ruck shows that they are more concerned about the defense, especially in their half. Look at this. About 4 or 5 times Kandy picked the ball in quick succession. Look at that, off the line out.
Tarindu Chaturanga going into contact. Roshan Veeraratne off to Tarinda Ratwate. Yes, Surya Bandara gives it to Kavindu Pereira. Pereira trying to cut back in.
And Havelocks are well aware of this, the strong part of Kandy's 3 quarters. Number 12, 13 and 14. Number 12 and 14, Tarindu Ratwate, and number 14. And that's why they are creating a bell-shaped defense so that they can't move an inch.
Here is Heshan Silva going off that truck, pushing a couple of players, gets about 2 to bring him down. Here is Roshan Veeraratne off to Ratwate, Nigel Ratwate now. Lavanga trying to step back in because he sees a wall of defense in front of him, like Mahesh said. Here is Nigel once again, puts the chip behind because he can't do much. Opportunity here. Buddhiva Piyaratna was just flying on the outside but couldn't take that. Fajideen tapped back by Kandy once again, and he makes no mistake this time. Abdullah Faiz to turn that ball over. Here is an opportunity now to get out of jail. Havelocks trying to run from their own half through their skipper. Shenal Dilaka, Tarinda Ratwate plucks that ball out. Roshan to Lavanga. Here is Kavindu, puts the chip behind. It's going to be a foot race. Kavindu, and a very good collection there by Ramesh Fernando. He has been fantastic in this game so far, in defense and in attack, and shows a lot of promise.
Scum. Come here, hurry up.
Gurratna says it's going to be a 5-meter scrum.
Out. Come here.
That's Lavanga Pereira at number 13. I see a lot of strength amongst number 12, 13, 14.
Out.
They are one of the main powerhouses in Kandy's block of play, and they play as a compartment, a separate compartment, that they are very strong, and Havelocks have well-read Pereira, Kavindu and Ratwate.
Veeraratne puts the ball into the scrum. Kandy tried to put a lot of pressure in their scrum and gain the advantage. Here's Roshan Veeraratne. The ball goes off at the back. It's going to be an advantage played throughout. Buddhima Peeratne goes into a loose ball. He picks up, has one to beat. Buddhima Peeratne scores for Kandy Sports Club.
That's a lucky bounce, and this is what Kandy have been looking for. Off the third phase, attempted to pass wide, but at the drop of the ball, what they opted was to kick ahead and ensure that fast Buddhima Peeratne catches the ball, and it was a lucky bounce. That pushes Kandy's scoreboard to 5 against. Look at that! Look at that! It was not well planned. It was off the boot. Number 11 catches, Peeratne catches, and goes across Havelock's in goal. Scores 5 points.
It'll be interesting to see that replay once again, Mahesh, of whose boot that ball came off. Looked like it was Nigel's, but there was also Randita Varnapura in there.
That's quite spontaneous, or rather he was trying to survive the moment, but I think there was no infringement. Otherwise, senior referee Gunratne's whistle would have been blown. Ratwate taking the honors to gather 2 more points for Kandy lads. Is it going? Well, this time he fails. 5 points to 3. Now Kandy takes the lead on the 28th minute of the game between Kandy and Havelocks. The last game of the first round of Nippon Paints Rugby League.
First time on the board, Kavint. Here's that replay once again. It looks like it came off Randita Varnapura's boot. But it was a little bit too much for Lasindu Karunatilaka to get Buddhima Peeratne, isn't it?
Buddhima Peeratne was, he scored 4 tries against CR here.
He's a machine. He's a beast try scoring machine, Peeratne. Here's Tarindu Chaturanga now. Kandy in some sort of form now, getting outside the 22.
Look at that, the Havelock's player is trying to take the ball off the ruck. Luckily he was not caught.
Surya Bandara trying to show, and goes Srinath Surya Bandara going into contact.
Ruck being formed on the left extreme.
Ratwate puts in the high ball. Under it is Sandesh Javavikrama, splits that pill off. So it's going to be a penalty now. Playing off the feet, Roshan trying to play that. It was a knock forward and playing on the ground, says the referee.
Nowadays the rules are very, very stringent. Even though that was a knock-on, off the knock-on, you need to be away from the ball. You can't play with it, especially when you're on the ground, you can't play with it. Kandy's kick to touch opportunity. They go into the 22-meter of Havelock's territory. Look at that. Ball in the air. And he had enough time, but unfortunately Sandesh drops the ball. He goes down. He plays with the ball. Look at that. He can't be doing that. That's double offense. Knock on and willfully handling the ball while on the ground.
And that's just giving opportunity for Kandy Sports Club, isn't it, Kavin? And at this point, that kick was put in, knowing that there is the 16-man crowd there straight away. Here is Kandy at the back of the mall. Havelock's not engaging there, interestingly. Here is Silva, Heshan Silva going into contact. Ratwate, that is Nigel, throws a loose pass. And a knock forward by Buddhima Peeratne, the try scorer. Advantage for Havelock Sports Club inside their 22. Vimukti Rahula looks for the box kick.
Advantage over!
Advantage over, says the referee. An opportunity to counter attack. Here's Buddhima Peeratne running across, looking for opportunity. And Havelock's right on top of that ball once again, trying to turn over. Nigel gives it to Lavanga on a short burst just close to the ruck. Good clean out there by Tilna Bandara. Here's Silva, Heshan Silva to Tarinda Ratwate, to Charindu Chaturanga. Good clean out there by Tari. Silva. Heshan Silva goes into contact once again. Roshan Veeraratne gives it out to Shehan Patirana. Patirana gives it out wide to Jason Dissanayaka. A fight on the street in this corner here. Here is Nigel Ratwatte. Goes into contact is Tarindu Chaturanga. Tarindu Chaturanga taking two people to go down. Ratwatte once again to Tari. That's a quick ball on the outside opportunity. Gives out the offload to Srinath Surya Bandara. Trying to cut back in. Quick pick and drive there by Jason Dissanayaka. And looks like it's a double movement. And Havelock Sports Club once again.
Quite unwanted, but rather it's with the move. You cannot just look through these mistakes. Rather,
brilliant opportunity for Kandy to capitalize as well, but good defense coming in from Havelock Sports Club. Referee right on spot there, and here's the replay. There you go. Roshan Veeraratne putting it out to Nigel Ratwatte. Lovely overflowed, and this is the tackle. This is the tackle that saved the try for Kandy, and Srinath Surya Bandara surely should have put that ball into the winger's throat. Goes again. There you go. That is the infringement. Srinath Surya Bandara clearly should have given the ball out wide to Buddhin Peratne for his second. But here's an opportunity for Havelocks to get out of jail again.
Big opportunity missed for Kandy Sports Club. Havelocks have managed to keep this game at 5 points to 3. That shows the preparation, the defensive patterns that they are working on today.
clock is on once again. Sandesh with the ball. Boy has been tiring himself for the good of his team. Quite young, but I feel that every season he shows a lot of maturity, Dinuk. He has been a live wire of Havelocks. Havelocks and Kandy are both full of very young players, and it's good to see a lot of young players donning the jerseys of these two premier clubs. That's a good omen for the national level rugby, to have more youth with adequate experience, especially that matters when it comes to international rugby.
Shehan Patirana nursing an injury, first time on the park for him of this season.
Penalty. Havelocks gets the throwing in close to the 10-meter line of Havelocks, its own territory. So far in this game, it's only 3 or 4 times that Havelocks were able to creep into Kandy's territory, if you had been noticing.
Yes, exactly. And they came away with 3 points once. Here is Ajmer Fajuddin putting that ball into contact. Vimukti Rahula trying to kick off the base, gives it to Fajuddin, goes into contact, pushed back by the heavier Lasita Attanagoda. Rahula looking for options. Back to Sandesh. Sandesh trying to use the left boot. Nowhere that kick was going. As now Kandy turnover ball opportunity here. Quick ball on the out. It's going to be danger time. Here is Lavanga. Throws a miracle pass onto the outside to Srinath Surya Bandara. Shenal Dilaka was right on top of him.
Lavanga held the ball quite confidently, and he stood until the support arrived, but his support was too late. There comes the offense as he goes onto the ground. I think he handled the ball when he was on the ground, not off the feet. A penalty again. Kandy have been conceding too many penalties.
tackle
Havelocks too have not
Captain.
been able to make use
tackle
of these penalties. Look at that. Wide open pass. Lavanga throws it away. He's on his feet. There comes the offense with the late arrival of his support. It's natural that a player will try to hold on to the ball.
Wait.
Havelocks after ages in Kandy's territory. 35 minutes on the clock.
Probably, Mahesh, after that initial exchange, they have just come inside the 22 for the first time. Fajuddin goes into the number 2 jumper there, and Kandy have sacked them pretty well.
Short pass, it's a pick and go. Oh, they are going to pass wide. I feel like, okay, pick and go. They want to play closer to their forwards. The strategy is to tire the Kandy forwards. It's quite clear so far in the game. Once again a pick up. This is where the problem occurs. When you are not fit enough, when you are tired, and when you're not 100% confident, this is very difficult, because as you pick the ball and try to gain tactical advantage, or rather territory, if you're not confident to keep yourself on the ground, there's more chances that you concede penalties.
Shahan Patirana taking that turnover. Kavint probably would have been the hardest turnover that he has ever had made in life, for the first time coming back over.
3 minutes.
Here was it. Look at Patirana waiting for that opportunity. Tackler rolls away, pounces on that ball.
That was Shahan Lema Patirana, and here's an opportunity for Kandy to capitalize there once again inside the opposition half, and Gamit Disanayaka with the throw.
The referee stops, so that line out will be taken back once again, as there was not proper numbers called, as Lema goes up once again, gives it to Tarindu Chaturanga, who drops the ball. Knocked forward by Kandy Sports Club.
Double infringement there by Kandy, and here's an opportunity for Havelocks to get out of jail. They've been defending all throughout this first half. It's just 5 points to 3, but good defense from Havelocks as well. Kandy surely conceded about 3-4 opportunities to score, and that's showing on the scorecard.
I'm not too surprised to see that this is a game where no court is given or asked for. 5 points to 3, 38 on the clock. Both teams are equally fighting well for the supremacy. Wide out.
Here is an opportunity now for Havelock Sports Club. On the outside is Dinusha Aryapala. Is Sandesh Jayavikram acts as a scrum off. A lovely short ball to Ajmer Fajuddin. As Havelock's looking for opportunity now. Here is Ganindu Lakshan going into contact.
Havelocks are trying to squeeze Kandy's defense. That's their strategy, and they are looking at third and fourth phase. Kicks out into the Kandy's territory. That may go to the deadline. That's going to be a killer for Havelocks. It looks like that they have conceded the possession. See what's happening there. Somewhat controversy.
Goal line drop out. Goal line drop out.
This looks little...
Goal line drop out.
Bit of a controversy. Yes, that's the Kandy's turn. A new law comes into play here, which is a dropout from under the post. Dinuk, this has been really contested and criticized for, because it's the new law. It looks a restart.
Opportunity going in for a drop kick. That's a long way out. Chanaka Chandimal, but doesn't make near the post, as Surya Bandara calls for mark.
Calls for a mark, and it was short a couple of meters to cross the bar to gain 3 points for Havelocks. Surya puts it out. Well, being held by Havelocks.
Malisha Madhumevan. tapping it back, gives it off to Ramesh Fernando, takes the ball into contact, opportunity here now. There's a big hit on Ajmer Fajruddin there by Shehan Patirana. Jai Vikrama puts the ball on to boot as Buddhima Piratna tries to step off from his inside 22. Now this is going to be a big problem for Kandy to get out of jail, trying to play casual rugby inside that 22, not clearing lines.
Bit of complacency was there.
A penalty against.
Going down.
Referee says that the Kandy's arriving players hit the deck. So quick tap.
Hands up, hands up.
Just right on the Kandy's line. Let's see whether Havelocks are able to cross and touch. Ball comes out, pops out. What happens there? Kandy need to defend their territory. Defend their in goal. Quite obvious, a pick can go. Skipper Havelocks Senal takes the lead. Ball is well out.
Hands up.
That's the second phase. And I feel that they will continue be doing
Hands
this.
up, fight.
Enforcing Kandy or forcing Kandy to make a mistake here. Just 2-3 meters away from Kandy's in goal.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Ruck form.
What happens there?
Leon.
Kandy tried to drive back now and have managed to turn over ball. That's very good. Waited for the opportunity as Ratwate clears the line and goes into touch into the 50-meter mark. And that will probably be half-time as well, as the score stays 5 points to 3. Havelock dodged a bullet there, missed the great opportunity.
A very great opportunity for Havelock Sports Club, and credit should go to that man on your screen, Tarun Chaduranga. He was the one who counteracted with Shehan Lema Patirana and won the ball over. And good clearance kick from Tarinder Ratwata as well. First half, that doesn't show in the scorecard, but Kandy had the upper hand in territory and position in the first half.
But doesn't show on points, isn't it, Kavint? That's what Havelocks have managed to do here. Hold the Kandy attack tight. 5 points to 3, half-time confirmation up in Nittavella Rugby Stadium. Kandy leading against Havelock Sports Club in the decider.
That's the highlights that Piratna of the unexpected booting, I would rather say. That's the one and only, the solitary try. So far Kandy have been able to score, for that matter. That's the only try any of the teams have scored in this evening. This is the half time.
We're going to a short commercial break and we'll be back with the second half live action.
Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුවකෙන්නා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints live with colors. Nippon Paints, live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුව කැන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints, live with colors. Nippon Paints, live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness.
ආදරයේ සුව කැන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints, live with colors.
Hello and welcome back, and we are here at the Kandy Sports Club taking on Havelock Sports Club. It's 5 points to 3, and we will hand over to Dinuk, who caught up with the coaches earlier. Fazil Marija with Dinuk.
Thank you. We are here for the Sri Lanka Nippon Paint Sri Lanka Rugby League 2022, the crucial match. It's almost a league decider, you can say, here at the beautiful stadium up in Kandy at Nittawala. And I have got none other than Fazil Marja, head coach of Kandy Sports Club. Fazil, how has the team preparation been for this week?
This week was really good, better than last few weeks. I think boys are ready for this game.
So you had a setback in terms of a COVID hit side a couple of weeks back. Has everybody recovered? How has that been?
Yeah, everybody has recovered. We test every week, everybody. So I think this week and last few weeks we were okay.
Shehan Patirana coming into the side for the first time. How will that boost the team this time?
I think he's an experienced guy, and it will help a lot with the forwards, because we had a young forward group coming in, school leavers. This time with his experience, so it will be good for the team.
What are you looking forward to this game today?
It will be a tough match, but this is our home ground. Our spectators are here, everybody is here, family. So I think we can pull this off. So
Thank you, Fazil. All the best. Thank you. That was Fazil Marija talking to us on the Nippon Paints Sri Lanka Rugby League 2022.
That was Fazil Marija with Dinuk, and we also have the Havelock Sports Club coach Sanat Marty is on mic.
Havelock Sports Club head coach, Mr. Sanath Martis. Sanath Martis, welcome to Kandy. How does it feel?
Okay, all right. It feel comfortable.
How has your team preparation been? You have had a fantastic run so far in this Nippon Paint Sri Lanka Rugby League 2022. How are the boys today?
We want to continue the same spirit, same momentum of this thing. And up to today, boys are done well, and hope we have done all our homework, and hope that boys will do their rest today. They perform well.
You have done. You have been travelled here quite a lot of times with a lot of teams up in Nittavela. What does it take to win here, Martis?
What do you mean? What do you take?
In the sense, you have travelled to Nittavela quite a lot of times with a lot of teams, and a lot of teams find it difficult to win at this particular venue. What does it take for the team to come here and win?
I don't think that there's nothing like that for me, because it's another venue. That is also Nittavela is also part and parcel of Sri Lanka, right? And I have told my boys, doesn't matter about the crowd and all that. You just play your game and you enjoy the game. That's it.
You have got quite a young side. Shenal Dilaka is leading the team. How has the boys fared so far?
They are physically they are in very good condition. Mentally they are in very good condition. And game strategic wise, we have done our whole parts, and we know what are the Kandy team's strengths and weaknesses. We have analyzed and we have worked on it, and we have already done our homework.
Thank you, Sanath Martis. Wish you all the best for today's encounter. That was Sanath Martis, the veteran Sri Lanka coach, and also now Havelock FC coach, coming to you live. And now I hand over to the commentary box where we'll get into live action.
Welcome back to Nippon Paint Sri Lanka Rugby Club League. It's Havelock Sports Club taking on Kandy Sports Club here, and it's half time, 5 points to 3, and it's been an interesting half. Mahesh.
Yeah, Kavint, 5 points to 3. Kandy is leading. As it's going to be a very, very exciting second half. There is no close quarters. If you see, looks like Havelocks even have won that toss and have selected the side, because this is where normally Kandy plays in the second half, running down the hill. Tarandu Chaturanga takes that high ball from Havelocks off Sandesh Jayavikrama, and Roshan Veeraratna taking no risk straight away, puts in a high kick to Aryapala, and a good tackle there by Buddhima Piyaratna, chasing it down like and always a good winger does. Dilaka, that's a very, very bad pass going way back, and Kandy ever stepped up on it. It's a loose ball. Lavanga looking for support, placed the ball, but Sandesh was there at the right time to pick it up. Here's an opportunity now for Havelocks, trying to run there from their own half. Ramesh Fernando, and there was a knock on previously. No advantage played, says referee Gunaratne. Had some tired bodies on the floor straight away in the second half.
Time off. There, boy.
Looks like Lavanga Pereira is in a bit of trouble there. Kavint twisted his left knee in the process of trying to offload that ball. As the crowd have nicely built up here, friends and family, like Fazil said, up in Nittavela.
Line out, sir. We are responsible. 10 meter tiagan naki isarade no ya.
And a lot of travellers down from Colombo as well, supporting the famous Park Club boys.
This is Kandy's traditional crowd support. And, as we know, Kandy is quite known for rugby, and Kandy Sports Club has a massive support from people around Kandy. I'm not saying that people in Colombo don't love rugby or don't like rugby, but Kandy being the only club outside Colombo, they have a massive support, massive appealing to the Kandians.
Of course, Nippon Paints, who are the principal sponsors of this Sri Lanka Rugby League 2022, the first paint company built in Japan in 1881, and have done human service in Sri Lanka for sport, now stepping up for rugby as well.
We indeed are quite thankful to Nippon Paints for coming in at a crucial time to support this marvelous, beautiful game. That's Lavanga Pera, easy. Yes, that's Lavanga Pera, unfortunately going off the field. Usually a player who will not give up the game, but I'm sure that at the advice of the medics, with the severity of the injury he suffered, he had to leave the field. Putting in for Havelocks.
Change made for Havelocks as well. Experience of Mithun Hapugoda at number 9, coming in place of Vimukti Rahula. Straight away shows as they go on the outside to Randitra Varnapura. Places the ball down. As Aryapala picks up and goes into contact, pushed back by Jason Dissanayaka. Ball comes out to Sandesh now, puts the boot to ball as the ball rolls out in between the post inside the Kandy 22, and Srinath Surya Bandara thumbs that back into touch, brings back play into the 40-meter mark.
Gaining the territory and retaining the possession have been quite a question for both sides. That's why we see a lesser score as we move in the second half.
Change for Kandy as well. Dilushka Dange comes in place of Lavanga Pereira at that second center position, as Lavanga was just carried out. Dange, as no stranger to play at center, started off at Trinity in the wings and then moved on to the centers. But he will have his work cut out with a lot of experienced individuals in front of him, as Fajudeen is ready to throw it, throws into that number 2 position rather. Comes out once again to Jayavikrama. Yes, now looking for an opportunity. Ball comes out wide to Randita Varnapura, takes the ball into contact, and Kavindu Pereira manages to turn over ball. In the process, Havelocks have made another turnover, as Kandy are now trying to get this right. Yes, Tarinder Ratwate, a lovely offload, but pushing the ball away as Nigel Ratwate couldn't collect it.
That's very unfortunate on the part of Kandy. They turned over the ball, but dropped it in the process. However, if he brings back to the original point, I think that it's an advantage play. Putting in for Kandy.
Number 7 Balan.
Just a couple of meters into Havelock's territory in the second half.
Up. Second scene.
Look at that. There's a lot of haggling. Pera takes the ball.
Bind. Set.
Roshan Veeraratna feeds the ball. If you're wondering why that scrum has been awarded to Kandy, is that because the first infringement was from Havelocks, and that was a forward pass by Tarinder Ratwate there. Very casual forward pass.
And it was a clear forward pass. Usual cheering and jeering from the crowd of the forward pass was not to be heard. Look at that. It's clear forward pass by Tarinder Ratwate.
Center scrum coming, opportunity for Havelocks.
Crouch.
Yes, they look very good opportunity for Havelocks. They have been pinned back in the opposition own half for this long, and here's an opportunity.
Mithun Hapugoda, experience from Havelocks coming from the bench, looking to wrap around. Yes, Hapugoda, the star sevens player for Sri Lanka, and puts the ball onto boot and puts deep into the Kandy half. You can see that experience coming in. Kavin, wrap around at the back, saw space and just pinning Kandy inside their own half.
Yes, an experienced player is Mithun
Elia,
Rugby.
Elia,
He
Elia.
Really showed that experience with that kick. And
Okay.
after a long time, Kandy are pinned back in the red zone, and the benches
Number
are
6 white.
likely showing.
Ball නැතුව යන්න එපා ටැකල් එකට. බෝල් නැතුව ටැකල් එකට යන්න එපා.
Less experienced bench on their hands, and
7
for Havelock, they have plenty of
white ball.
good players to come in.
Yes, exactly. Randy Silva, Matisha Charachandra, Charana Chamika.
I think it's quite interesting. Havelocks came into Kandy's territory, but now at this moment, Havelocks will have to force their opponents to make an infringement or turn the ball. Let's see what's going to happen. Yes,
Penalty.
I just said
Penalty
that.
against
Wait.
Kandy Sports Club there. Tilna Bandara taken down straight away.
Back.
Pulling down of the player when he was airborne off the line out. It's a clear offense. Senior referee Priyantha Gunratha gives no excuse.
That ball has not gone into touch, and an opportunity now for Havelock Sports Club. Ramesh Fernando was met with a big hit there. Here's another opportunity. Pereira, that's Nishan Pereira giving the ball into Randita Varnapura off to Arya Pala, but Arya Pala does not manage to hold on to that. Tarinda Ratwata holds on to the ball, but there was an advantage coming to Havelock Sports Club.
Good retention by Havelocks till the last moment where they lost, but there have been some offences. Look at that.
Penalty.
Referee says that intention was to tackle the player on the shoulder. That's the signal he gave. Look at that. Number 13. Look at that. Yes. He tries to drag Havelock's number 13 off the neck. So it's dangerous play, even though there was no such intensity. The intention is taken as an offense.
Havelock Sports Club Kavin going for points, going for 3 points outside the 22.
They are putting the scoreboard pressure into Kandy's minds as well. They are playing downhill, and
Break.
it will be interesting to see what Sandesh Jayavikrama has on that boot, because if they do make it now, they are finally back to leading terms.
Ball is still in play as Buddhima Piyaratna manages to bring that out. The in goal. Here is Roshan. Now opportunity for Kandy to get out of jail, and Tarinda Ratwata thumps that back. And it bounces in again, and oh, slip. Oh dear, Chanaka Chandimal. He will not like that.
That's quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. What's the free kick for? The ball was inside. Havelock player could catch it, but he went to the touch.
Scrum.
Very interesting here, Mahesh. They are going in for a scrum. Kandy Sports Club in center field.
Let's see what the offense is. Referee has stopped the game. I think attend to a injured player. Look at that. From in goal.
He didn't release the ball.
Yes, he's outside. Kandy player needs the ball. He's demanding it for quick throw. I think that's the offense that had paved the way for a free kick for Kandy.
Uncle there.
Even though the climate is quite conducive, in the earlier part of the this match we saw scorching sun, and boys have been huffing and puffing throughout the park.
Scrum here, they are both.
Scrummaging, throwing in for Kandy. 5 points to 3. Had Sandesh not nearly missed the previous penalty, it would have been 6 for Havelock Sports Club against Kandy's 5.
Crouch!
Interesting call by Kandy to take a scrum inside their own half on the 50-meter mark as Roshan fields in the ball. At the back stays Jason Disanayaka looking on the short side. Roshan doesn't have Piratna close to him. Another penalty against
Havelock's number 7, I think, skipper. He was not well bound to the scrum. There was a bit of messing up on the side of Havelock's at the scrum. I think giving penalties off a scrum is Dinuk, a terrible offence, especially when the game is moving to a crucial point.
Yeah, exactly, and eventually that call by Roshan to take a scrum has paid off very well. And now they're going deep into the Havelock's territory.
Look at that. Ball is on the deck. Kandy's 8 picks. Even before the ball is out of the scrum, referee signals that he intended to allow advantage play.
Namit Disanayaka goes to the back of the line out, and there is one player engaged, so the maul is on. Namit Disanayaka now at the back holding on to the maul. Havelocks have to put a lot of effort to stop this as it's moving at rapid pace into the Kandy goal line. Namit still engaged. Now transfers the ball to the back where Attanagoda stands it. Now Patirana has the ball very close. It's just close. And Heshan Silva touches down for a try.
Kandy consolidated their move quite well. Off the driving maul, Dinuk. Kandy fantastically consolidated their onward movement. That brings them to second try. Not to the too much of liking of the sound of thunder inside the crackers.
The replay of that, because Heshan Silva was not really in control of that ball when he placed it. Just look at this replay at the end.
Kandy is driving ahead. Ball is slowly come. Well, look at Heshan. Well, I think it's a try, Dinok. He bounced, but with the bounce, with the move, he lands the ball. 10-3. Adds to the Kandy's basket of points. 12 points to 3 points. Havelocks trailing behind by 9 points. We are in the 52 minutes in the second half.
Number 1 now.
Havelock getting their own medicine back. Here's Shahan Lema taking that ball. Initially, Havelock decided not to form gauge into that ball. Then it was one player who managed to form that rolling ball, and Kandy went all the way and scored that try. So it's 12 points to 3 here at Nithavala.
Sandesh Jayavikrama puts the ball in the air. Tarindu Chaturanga once again waiting for that ball, but a good tackle there by Malisha Madhumevan. As Roshan Veeraratna replies with a kick to the centre field. Waiting for it is the number 21 for Havelock's Chanaka Chandibal. Of course, hometown player coming from Vidyartha. Plays at fly-off normally. Today plays at fullback as the experienced campaigner Mithun Hapugoda puts the ball to boot inside the 22, driving Kandy back. Here is Srinath Surya Bandara replying with a thundering kick there. Beautiful kick there by Srinath Surya Bandara. Got the connection right and almost about 70 meters back.
He was right under pressure, but got a good boot on that ball, and it was beautifully finished by Srinath Suryabandara. Here you go, Roshan Veeratne giving it out to Srinath Suryabandara. There you go, a thumping kick right downfield, almost about 50-60 meters on that boot.
Yeah, that connection of that boot, that noise is really showing that the ball would travel even further, as Mithun Appagoda gives it this time to Sandesh, who now tests the Kandy defense at the back. Dilush Dange juggles, takes it, gives it to Roshan, has Pieratna on the outside. Pieratna has space, now goes wider, offloads to Tarinder Ratwatte. Tarinder steps off one, steps off another, goes into contact, puts a backhand pass to Tarindu Chaturanga here, and Roshan Veeraratne has seized space at the back, and a lovely bouncing kick. Kandy coming into momentum now, putting Havelocks behind, kick after kick.
Surely, but certainly Kandy are finding the momentum and mojo really fine, and Shan Lima Patirana has been doing a really good job at that flanker's position. He is never getting anyone slip past him, and that is showing the consistency the forwards are showing here at Nittavala. The Kandy forwards are showing is very good.
Yeah, exactly. That shows the character of Shehan Patirana. Talking to Fazil before the game, he said that it built the character in the team, it built confidence in the team when they saw Lema walking onto the field, and he surely would have tested a few players in that training runs about 2-3 weeks ago, and would have set the bar high.
It will be Asmir Fajuddin with the throw in for Havelock Sports Club right inside the 22 meters. Havelock being pinned back yet again.
Changes coming in, Aryapala taken out, and also skipper Shenal Dilaka taken out for Havelock Sports Club.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Nishon Pereira also has been taken out as well, another experienced campaigner. So Sanath Mart is ringing in his changes. Here is Havelocks now.
Obstruction. Ball is full. Obstruction.
Again obstruction.
That's the right call by the referee. There was no ruck and they were moving forward. And this was done by Havelocks also at the very beginning in the first half. At the rucks, they willfully withdrew. Here what happened was that Havelocks moved without opponents, and it was an accident offside. So this time referee decrees, he says that it's wrong, it's not fair play.
Yes, Mahesh, and the ball was transferred to the back. As long as it is in the front, you can still go forward.
That's completely wrong. You can't have the ball at the back when your players are in front and without opponents, because it was not a ball.
And Kandy was smart enough not to engage in that throughout. As Ratwatte now, Tarinder Ratwatte will put this ball into touch, will take back play to the opposition 5-meter mark. Definitely it's going to be another rolling ball, gentlemen, and we'll see how the Havelocks are going to defend it.
Look at that. Of the line out, Kandy do not engage, and they just keep moving. They keep moving. Look at that. Ball comes at the end, and referee says that you can't move. Throwing in for Kandy, just 10 meters away from Kandy's Havelocks in goal.
Another rolling ball set up by Kandy this time. Jason Disanayaka off to Damit at the back. Damit can see the line on the left side if he can manage to give it out. Here's Roshan.
That's Roshan.
Easiest try he would have ever scored in life. Just walks through, and Kandy pulling away in this game.
Roshan Veeratne kind of try. He just glides in, and ball came out in quick succession. Thank you very much. Must be what Roshan is saying now. 17 points to 3 points. Let's look at the replay. Look at it. The ball coming in quick succession, and Roshan finds no mistake. He creeps in and lands in Havelock's in-goal area. 5 points for Kandy. Conversion to be executed.
Changes coming in for Kandy Sports Club. Lasita Attanagoda has been taken out along with Milan Veerasinghe. And in comes Yaqub Ali and Charles Praveen.
Even though this is the last week of the first round, Dinuk, this looks like a final. We can see that with the interest taken by the crowds, both in Kandy and ones who have come from Colombo. Well, it goes across, adding 2 more points, courtesy Tharinder Ratwata, 19 points to 3 points.
It's the Nippon Paint Rugby League 2022, and what a cracking game we are seeing here. Havelock was holding on to Kandy. Look at this. The small moved just into the right side of the field, and Roshan Veeraratne had ample space to just walk in.
And all this time Havelock have been defending their line so fantastically, but this time they were completely misled by the driving maul of Kandy Sports Club. Restart.
Sandesh Javavikrama once again puts the ball in the air. Tarindu Chaturanga waits for it once again as he goes into contact. And Roshan Veeraratne will reply with a high-hanging kick. And under pressure is Mithun Hapugoda. Takes it, but a high shot, says the referee. Chanaka Chandimal takes it quickly, caught the Kandy defense snapping, and Tarindu Chaturanga went for the kill but didn't complete it. Here is an opportunity now to build up some paces for Havelock Sports Club as Matisha Sharat Chandra goes into contact.
Number 10.
Intercepted, but referee says no mate, you can't move.
White number 10.
Advantage play.
Number 10.
Nearly the 40 meters, near the 40-meter line of Kandy Sports Club's territory. What will they do? Kick to touch.
Havelocks have to go for points now. They have to score more than 2 tries, 3 converted tries to get back into this game. This is what happened. No arm tackle there by Nigel Ratwata.
Yahuwa kiyanne. Yahuwa kiyala kiyanne.
As Tarinder Ratwata was spotted an offload there but couldn't get it right. Tikshana Dasanayaka also has walked into the park for Havelock Sports Club. A lot of changes have been made.
Next time, ma'am. Next option.
Randy Silva, another experienced campaigner from Isipatana. Also in the number 16 is Christian Delilah has come in.
Confusion with the numbers. Line out not quite successful, but number 17 catches it. Ball is with Havelocks.
It's Matisha Sarat Chandra now. Gives it to Azmir Fajuddin.
Quick ball out, right on the deck.
There. As the prop forward for Havelock Sports Club, Karana Chamika goes into contact.
Behind the last foot. Last foot.
The referee calls for another penalty. Kandy infringing a lot in this inside their 22 now. As Mithun Hapugoda takes control of the park, acting as the captain, as Shanal Dilaka has been replaced.
Throwing in for penalty, throwing in for Havelocks off the penalty. 19 points to 3 points. Kandy are leading.
1 meter gun, 1 meter gun. With the mark here, center mark here.
Fajuddin to throw in now. This is a point where they will score most of the times. Havelock Sports Club throws it into the number 2. jumper there in the line out as Fajuddin at the back now looking to push Kandy forward. First serve coming behind, but now Havelock has momentum going forward as it stops once. Referee still letting play as CS Lasindu Karunatilaka bumps off one very close and he touches down for Havelocks.
And there's no doubt about it. It's right in front of the referee. Well planted. 8 points for Havelocks. This is what they have been looking for, and this is what they had not been able to do in the first half.
Okay.
In this half, I feel that both teams are... Look at that. He knocks off the defense, powers himself through to cross the line and lands. No sooner he enters the in-goal area. They look in this half, both teams have been able to enjoy fair territory. That is why we see that the boys are getting tired. On Havelock's part, they have not been enjoying alignment in the lines. They have been playing in close channels, whereas Kandy have been able to spread out the ball. That goes off the post. Only 8 points for Havelocks.
Very well worked try from Havelock Sports Club. Here's the replay again, forming that rolling ball, and Lasindu Karunatilaka going over after breaking through that behind from the scrum, rolling ball rather, and Havelocks, after they had to score,
Time off.
right on verge of another try. They will want to score next and put some pressure on Kandy.
Yeah, definitely coming. They have to score back to back to get in close. As Ratwate looks to the near side, Nigel that is, puts beyond the lifter, and Lema has once again done a brilliant job on the outside, waiting for that player. Good spot tackle there. No scrum off, as Malisha Madumevan had to pick that ball and go into the ruck. Does well to hold on, as now Mithun Hapugoda arrives. Looks for the kick, charged down by Kandy. Sandesh manages to connect, it's hanging in the air. Two Kandy players, good take there by Dilushka Dange. Now Roshan Veeraratna trying to shrug off the defenders. Brought down there by Tikshana Dasanayaka. Here is Silva. Heshan Silva going into contact. Lasita, Charles Praveen, the big prop forward, going into contact. Roshan off to Nigel. Looks for opportunities, puts the kick in the air, trying to play territory. Knocked forward.
Offside.
And offside, says the referee.
Deepan, here.
Looks like Dilusu Dange was just too eager.
A little too eager was Dilushka Dange, and the call was offside. Good pressure coming in from Kandy as well. They played to their strengths. The offload game working perfectly, and lucky escape for Havelock Sports Club there. Surely if Dilushka Dange was a little touch more careful, he would have had a chance at that go.
Thank you, Deepal. Good call.
There's the replay. Not spotting Dilushka Dange there, but the ball not being collected by Havelocks as well. That will be an issue in the coming ones.
6.
Going in for a line out, a crucial line out here for Havelock Sports Club. Getting in the maul, working now.
Penalty.
And now the ball backs, breaks away as Charles Praveen gives away a penalty, joining the maul from the side. This is going to give a lot of momentum for Havelock Sports Club. as now Mithun Appugoda looks for Jaya Vikram on the outside. Opportunity here, one pass away, a good tackle by Buddhima Piratna. In the process, I think he has hurt his shoulder.
12 minutes.
I also have a doubt whether he went too much high than expected. – 68 minutes here at Nittavela. You're watching Havelocks versus Kandy Sports Club. Final game in the first round of Nippon Paints Rugby League 2022. Look at them all. Havelocks unloading like off in a train.
Looks like Buddhima Piratna is 5.
Simon.
Big collision there with Randy Silva. Havelocks will keep going into touch as they have gained much needed momentum. This is how they play the game. They slow down the game, they break it into pieces and attack. Now put in a lot of energy when needed. Yes, another opportunity now. A short line out for Havelock Sports Club. Still going into contact. Now a maul is formed. Taken out quickly there by Charana Chamikara. Hapugoda looks at Lasindu Karnatilaka. Karnatilaka putting in, taking about couple of players to bring him down. Yes, Hapugoda once again.
Takes the ball in.
Pushed back by Kandy Sports Club. Here's an opportunity on the outside. Tikshana Dasanayaka didn't give it out to Ramesh Fernando. Now he gets the ball. Fernando offloads it to Tarinder Ratwata in the meantime. And he's been bundled into touch.
Only penalty.
Assistant referee says some foul play. The Kandy's player was too much high on the neck. It was quite visible. What happens there?
That was a penalty for high tackle.
There was a penalty for high tackle, but there was some retorting.
Tarinder Ratwata now will try and get as much as meters here to get Kandy out from their 22. Connects it well, connects it very well and brings play just close to the 50-meter mark.
Number 10. Number 10 goal lagya hune.
Here's the replay. Tikshana Dasanayaka trying to outrun Tarinder Ratwata on the outside. And this wasn't where the infringement occurred. Here's the offload collected by Tarinder Ratwata and he was bundled into touch, but Mithun Appugoda.
Kandy have taken the line out quickly and have set up a maul in centre field once again. Damit Disanayaka.
Ball.
No one in front, but now Roshan Veeraratna puts the kick behind. 3 Kandy players coming in. Bounce is good. Ratwata, Nigel gives it to Tari, but looks like it was a knocked forward in the meantime. Oh dear, oh dear.
Contest.
That would have been curtains for Havelock Sports Club.
Good sense of emergency from Roshan Veeraratna, who put that kick over. They were forming through a rolling maul. And Roshan Veeraratna straight away spotted the space behind and put that cheeky kick over. There you go. Nigel Ratwata, lovely chase from him as well.
Within. 9. Number 9.
Yes, they are the knockout.
Crouch.
tried that
Point.
backhand pass
Set.
and correctly saw referee Pirantha Gunaratna giving it out.
Lasindu Karunatilaka trying to play from there 22. Mithun Hapugoda puts the kick in. Danger time as Srinath Surya Bandara waits for that. Steps off couple of players and ripped off by the Havelock's second row.
Number
And
16
once again
outside.
the kick has been put behind.
Number 16
This
pink.
time it's Buddhima Piyaratna waits for it and puts
Pink
the
number
kick behind,
16,
but there was a
offside.
penalty coming up for
Offside.
Kandy Sports Club
Number 16.
as there was an offside infringement by Christian Delisle.
Number 16.
A lovely kick from and it looks like Kandy will opt for 3 points. We are coming to the last few minutes of the game, and looks like Tarinder Attatta will go for points 3. The sensible decision to be made as well. And they'll need 2 converted tries. Attatta lining his kick up.
Ratwat slots in between the posts. 22 points to 8 as Kandy now have put this game beyond Havelock's reach. It's going to take a miracle for Havelocks to come back from here on.
Two loud crackers across the park. It's too loud. Okay, Sandesh with the restart. 22 points for Kandy on the board.
Going into contact is Dange. Roshan Veeraratne off to Tilina Bandara. Veeraratne once again as Ratwata looks in the air and has space behind Mithun Hapugoda inside their own 22. Mithun letting it bounce. Doesn't go into in goal, so now he has to do something. Gives the pass outside, off to Mithun once again. This man is a talented little player. Mithun Hapugoda steps off another. Here's Mithun Hapugoda. In action, gives it to Matisa Charachandra. Opportunity here for Havelocks now, running from their own 22. Gutsy performance and high tackle there by Damit Disanaika. Gives them an opportunity. Sandesh, huge hit by Kavindu Pereira, but they'll come back for an initial infringement, quickly taken by Havelocks as opportunity now, stepping off one, stepping off another is Chanaka Chandimal, looking for options, tired bodies around the truck. Chandimal comes in as the acting scrum half to Azmir Fajuddin, goes into contact.
Back form.
As Hapugoda now, Mithun Hapugoda. Again, cutting back into the close quarters is Randy Silva. Hapugoda gives it out to Janindu Fernanda.
Trying to string Kandy's defense.
Another pick and drive. Havelocks going very close into the Kandy touchline. Gives it out wide to the prop forward there, Charana Chamikara. Hapugoda trying to go on his own now.
Tackle, release.
Need the support of the players.
Met by Shehan Patir and Azmir Fajuddin goes into contact. Slow ball coming out of that truck as they're looking for options here. Pick and drive there by Christian Delisle. Has put on a lot of weight since his time at St. Thomas's. Another pick and drive this time by Janindu. Given to Lasindu Karmatilaka. Referee playing advantage, not releasing the tackler, says an inside pass off to Azmir Fajuddin. Havelocks. Here is Karna Tilaka once again, looking for the offload. Gets the offload, but again, well tackled there by Kandy Sports Club. Have numbers lined in behind that ruck. Referee playing another advantage for Havelock Sports Club. There's two advantages played here. The newest right where the ruck is now.
Play advantage.
They are more prone to giving penalties, Dinuk.
Has Hapugoda looking for options onto his right, onto his left. Has Sandesh. Sandesh looks inside for Azmir Fajuddin. He has been a real workhorse today. Knocked forward there by Mithun Hapugoda. But it will be a penalty and also the yellow card for Kandy Sports Club. Tarindu Chaturanga comes, gets his yellow card in his comeback game.
One here, second one there.
That was repeated infringement. And as I said, that Kandy are more vulnerable to giving penalties. Sometimes in dying stage of the game.
Quickly taken by Havelock Sports Club, not 10 by Kandy. Huge opportunity here as Ramesh Fernando will touch down on the left corner for Havelock Sports Club and bring the game within touching distance now.
Beautifully finished by Ramesh Mendes. He had numbers on the outside. He did Havelock and Mithun Hapugoda really giving that ball out. Here's the replay. Hapugoda to Sandesh Jayavikrama. Had numbers on the outside and Ramesh touching down for that try. Sandesh Jayavikrama with the conversion as well.
Brilliant kick by Sandesh Jayavikrama. Now the game is in touching distance. A converted try will not separate these two teams. It will be interesting to see how much time we have on the referee's clock. Kandy knowing that walking very slowly to the restart.
Last minute. Hurry up.
Kandy now restarting deep inside the Havelocks 22. Havelocks will want to run this out through Chanaka Chandimal, the experienced campaigners, all lining up. Hapugoda gives it to Charana Chamikar, who was flirting with the touchline on the outside, and brings the ball outside the 22. Trying to move this out wide. Here's an opportunity now for Havelocks. On the outside, looking for pace, trying to cut back in is Randy Silva. Goes into contact. Janindu now taking the ball into contact. Inside the opposite half they come. Here is Mithun Hapugoda. Exciting times for Havelocks now. Lasindu Karnatilaka looking for options.
Release.
And in fact it was Malisha Madhumevan who put his head down and went into contact. Mithun Hapugoda now. Options out wide and a knock forward. And that could bring the game to an end. Yes, it is. 22 points to 15. Kandy Sports Club emerge victorious here at Nittavela.
Victorious at the end of the first round of Nippon Paints Rugby League. 22 points, 15 points. This ensures that Kandy remains the supreme team at the end of the first round, and they'll be moving to the second round in the cup segment. They'll be competing alongside Havelocks, which means that they will meet Havelocks once again in the second round.
There is full-time confirmation on your screen now. 22 points to 15. Kandy Sports Club taking that by a whisker. A lot of missed opportunities for Havelocks that they will look back again. as firecrackers keep on going here at the Nippon Rugby Stadium.
And with this we can confirm that the 4 teams in plate will be Kandy, Havelock, CH and Police. And of these 4, Kandy have the privilege to be on the top of the table. That means they will start either with CH or Police in the next week. In fact, they'll start with CH.
Kandy taking the win right from the word go. They dominated the first half, and then second half it was all rattle scatter, and Kandy scoring that 3 tries, 2 conversions and 1 penalty for their 22 points. And Havelock Sports Club, here's the highlights of the second half. Kandy forming that rolling maul and going over through Heshan Kalhara, Tappe as they call him. That was the first try of the second half, and that was giving Havelock their own medicine. And here again Roshan Veeratne, beautiful dot down over the whitewash, and they were over for that second try. And Havelock Sports Club as well, Lasidu Karunatilaka going touching down to make things interesting, and so did Ramesh Fernando, who had a simple dot down in case of Roshan Veeratne's tackle, and that's how the game ended, 22 points to 15.
Yeah, what an encounter it was by Nippon Paint. Sri Lanka Rugby League 2022. Kandy coming out victorious in the end, 22 points to 15. As we come close to the end of the coverage here, live from Nittavela, as the crowd celebrate, and we draw close to the first round of the Nippon Paint Sri Lanka Rugby League, coming to a close from Nittavela. We'll see you in the second round and going forward. This is Dinuk Bhaskaran coming to Rajapaksa and my Sena Nayaka. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.
Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුව කැන්නා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුවකෙන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුවකෙන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
ආදරයේ සුවකෙන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.